Hi, Social Studies 30-1 students. Do you remember this, the democracy spectrum? We started working on this a little over a week ago now. I asked you to go ahead and start um, filling things on to the democracy spectrum to show the good and the bad that went with democracy. And I also said leave the far left extreme open. So hopefully you did that on your spectrum. So these terms all should have been plotted on your democracy spectrums. And it should have evolved and morphed into something like this. This was just a sample to get you going. So you're going to have the positives that went with democracy, and then gradually we move across the spectrum to the negatives. So maybe things like corruption and scandal. And then finally, the most negative thing that will happen in democracy would be what we just learned about in Chapter 11, which is, of course, illiberalism. So at this point now, what you're going to do is you're going to update and complete your spectrum to include illiberalism as the most negative thing that I guess could happen in a democracy. To get you going, um, here is a list. So you're looking for the yellow highlighted things to me would be what we would be looking for to finish off the liberalism side on your democracy spectrum. I added COVID-19 lockdown as well. There's a presentation on that that you should view on YouTube. Hopefully you already looked at that today in class. So the yellow highlighted terms, things, people would go on the far left-hand side of your democracy spectrum because they are illiberalism. And you'll have to decide, use your judgment to decide, what concepts are more illiberal than other concepts. So, for example, to me, the most illiberal thing that could happen in democracy is internment. So, the internment of the Japanese Canadians, the internment of the Ukrainian Canadians, that would be the far extreme of the bad things that can go on in democracy. And if that is the worst, then you can kind of moderate as you move away from those extremes. So, for example, the COVID-19 lockdown was illiberal. I don't think it was as bad as interning people, but I guess that is your call. You can use your judgment on that. So again, you're looking for the yellow highlighted terms concepts, and that is what you want to fill into the far extreme under illiberalism on your spectrum. I'll put this on D2L chapter 11. I'll put this in as a PDF file so you can look for the yellow highlighted ones, and that'll round out and complete your spectrum. So all those yellow terms are going to go over here somewhere. And what you've just done when you finish that is you've built your body of evidence for the position paper that I'm going to assign next week, which will be in this case on political systems. And we'll talk more about that on Tuesday. I'll record a lesson on how you want to go about doing that, some brainstorming ideas and so on. But you're building yourself a menu of evidence that you can pick and choose from to write that upcoming position paper. I can't think of much else to tell you about this. I think it's pretty straightforward. You've done spectrums enough now. You know what they mean and why we do them. And I guess that should be it. Okay, good job. I look forward to talking about the position paper next week. Have a good weekend. If I don't get a chance to talk to you through email again, and enjoy your long weekend. I think you've earned it. Bye.